We shall discuss today automatic and semi-automatic mechanism of firing. We have already discussed manual systems. Today we shall talk about semi-automatic and fully automatic systems of firing. In the automatic system and semi-automatic system, the first cartridge is always loaded manually. Once it is fired, the other cartridge takes its position automatically because of the discharge created in the firing of the first cartridge. Once the cartridge takes the position, the question now arises is whether it will continue firing as long as the trigger is pressed, then it is called fully automatic. But in cases where it is semi-automatic mechanism, the cartridge definitely comes into position, there is no doubt about it. Everything is caught, but the weapon does not fire because it needs the trigger to be released, again pressed, and then started firing. It is only this which makes it semi-automatic. In case of fully automatic, the magazine gets empty so long as the trigger remains in position. That means the trigger is pressed once, and if it is kept pressed, it will go on firing one after the other automatically till the entire ammunition gets empty from the magazine. Pistol and revolvers, these are usually used for defense purposes, and as a matter of fact, the revolver is also a pistol, excepting that it has a revolving cylinder. Fully automatic pistols are also available. The examples are 9mm pistol, which is fully automatic, and once the trigger is pressed here, the firing continues till the ammunition is over or the trigger is released. Pistols are normally semi-automatic, but there are pistols which are fully automatic also, as already stated. But in case of semi-automatic pistol, the reloading of the cartridge does take place, but because of the discharge which has been created by the previous firing.
After studying this module, you shall be able to know about the principle of automatic firing mechanism, classification and mechanism of various automatic firing mechanism, the semi-automatic firing mechanism. In the older times, the firearms were muzzle loaders in which the projectiles were loaded manually from the muzzle end, and the whole projectiles, which were usually spherical in shape, used to coast out of the barrel and left no residual casings known as cartridge cases. These initial weapons could have been little more than mental constraints, being inept, sluggish to fire, and difficult to target. In addition, rain or humid weather conditions had an adversative effect on the priming charge, making it unmanageable to ignite. But as soon as the development of firearms materialized, the cartridges were started to be loaded by other mechanisms which were not manual. The power to operate an automatic breech must obviously be self contained within the weapon and comes from either the push of the recoil, that is, the direct utilization of the gas pressure on the head of bolt, or the expansion of powder gases, and it is stored in springs for the performance of the counter recoil and loading operations. Principle of automatic firearms. As soon as the trigger of the firearm is pressed, it releases the hammer or the striker with considerable force. The striker compresses a pressure sensitive material contained in the percussion cap. This generates a hot piercing flame which ignites the propellant charge. The charge quickly transforms into gas. Due to limited space in the cartridge, the large volume of the gas so produced develops a very high pressure. The pressure so developed forces out the bullet or the shot charge through the barrel towards the target. While the bullet moves forward, the cartridge case is pushed backward. The case therefore comes in contact with the firing pin and the breech face of the breech block and picks up mark from the surface. The cartridge, which also expands the round due to the tremendous pressure developed in it, and comes in intimate contact with the chamber and sometimes may carry chamber marks. The fired cartridge case is extracted out of the chamber by an extractor and then ejected out of the gun by an ejector. In the process, both extractor and ejector are likely to leave marks on the cartridge case, in which the mechanism automatically extract and eject the fired cartridge case and loads another from the magazine into the chamber, thus making the weapon instantly ready to fire another cartridge practically as soon as the preceding cartridge has been discharged but does not fire it. To fire the trigger must be released and then pulled and pressed for each and every shot. On the other hand, an automatic action is one which continue to fire as long as the trigger is kept pressed. Thus, an automatic firearm is one that loads, fires, extracts, ejects, and reloads, continuing the cycle as long as the firing mechanism is held in the proper position. Classification of automatic firearms. Blowback action mechanism. In blowback action, there is a heavy breech block. It moves backwards and forwards in a receiver attached to the barrel. It is not locked to the barrel. There is a strong spring behind the breech attached to the barrel. It is not locked to the barrel. There is a strong spring behind the breech block called the counter recoil spring or return spring. When a cartridge has been loaded in chamber and during firing, the breech block is not locked to the barrel. Before we discuss the operations of these mechanisms, let us consider for a moment the gas pressure inside the barrel. When a cartridge is fired, the pressure rises to its peak value. When the bullet is moving forward inside its barrel, the gas pressure goes on reducing, and when the bullet is just about to leave the barrel, the gas pressure is about one-fourth of the maximum pressure. When the bullet has just left the barrel, the pressure in the barrel reduces to 0, but for a moment there is some pressure inside the cartridge case which is called the residual pressure. In bolt action firearms, the bolt closes the rear end of the barrel and can be locked to the barrel during firing. But in blowback action firearms, the heavy breech block is not locked to the barrel during firing. When the cartridge is fired, the pressure acts in all the directions. The pressure acting at the base of the bullet moves it forward, and the pressure acting on the breech block through the head of the cartridge case moves the breech block backwards. But this backward motion of the breech block is slow because it is very heavy in compression to the bullet and because there is strong return spring behind it. By the time the bullet has left the barrel, the breech block moves to the rear, but a very short distance of about 1/8 inch. Now, when the bullet has left the barrel and the pressure dropped, the breech block continues to move backwards because of the momentum it has gained and because of the impetus of the residual pressure. The fired cartridge case is extracted and ejected. If the firearm is hammer fired, it gets cocks also. The return spring gets compressed. It forces the breech block forward. When it moves forward, it takes a live cartridge from the magazine and loads it in the chamber. If the firearm is semi-automatic, then the trigger has to be released and then pressed again for firing. But if it is fully automatic, it will continue to fire till the trigger is kept pressed or the magazine becomes empty. This action is employed in submachine guns. Recoil operated mechanism. The recoil operated action is used in pistol. Here, the bolt and the barrel are firmly locked together at the instant of firing. When a firearm having this action is fired and there is high pressure inside the cartridge case, the barrel and bolt both move backward. After the bullet has left and the pressure inside the cartridge case has reduced to safe value, the barrel and the bolt separate. The barrel moves to its original position, but the bolt continues to move backwards because of the momentum it has gained and because of the impetus of residual pressure of the propellant gases inside the fired cartridge case. The fired cartridge case is extracted and ejected. Behind the bolt, there is counter recoil spring. Because of the background motion of the bolt, this counter recoil spring gets compressed and the firearm gets cocked also. The compressed into the chamber and the firearm becomes ready to fire again practically as soon as the previous cartridge has been fired. The recoil operated guns are of two types: short recoil operated guns, long recoil operated guns. Short recoil operated action. In this type of mechanism, the breech block is locked tightly to the barrel. The barrel and the bolt are arranged to slide backward together on firing through a tube which encircles the barrel and a grooved well in the receiver. Thus, when the rifle is fired, the band and the bolt slide straight to the rear actuated by the recoil, during which movement the counter recoil is compressed. When the barrel has completed a certain short travel to the rear and the bullet has left the muzzle, the barrel is stopped and at this point the breech block or bolt is unlocked from the barrel by cams in the receiver. In some designs, a counter recoil spring is provided for the barrel and the spring then pushes it forward again to its normal position. But the momentum and the residual pressure continue stop. The compressed counter recoil spring then moves bolt forward, carrying the top cartridge from the magazine into the chamber, and the bolt locks itself to the barrel, ready to fire again. Examples of this mechanism are .45 caliber Colt automatic pistols, Johnson rifles, LMG, Luger, P38 Walther and Mauser pistol. The Johnson semi-automatic rifle is the most efficient utilization of the system does date when it is to handle high-power rifle cartridge. Long recoil operated action. In this type of weapon, which is represented by the Remington auto-loading shotguns and rifles, barrel and the bolt recoil all the way solidly locked together. As they do so, they compress their respective return springs. The returning of the barrel and the breech block are separated. When recoil is completed, the bolt is caught by a catch. As the barrel begins to move forward, it is unlocked from the bolt, which remains held to the rear and which injure the empty case. In this type of weapon, extraction and ejections is pulled off the case rather than as the case is pulled out of the chamber. When the barrel is almost moved fully forward, it trips the catch, releasing the bolt which comes forward feeding a new cartridge. The breech block and the barrel move backwards for the distance in excess of the cartridge length. Thus is the case of a weapon firing a 2.5-inch case. The barrel movement is in the region of 3 inches. This is the principle behind the Browning self-loading shotguns. The chief objection to the recoiling system is the sliding barrel and the excessive numbers of parts. The barrel requires a tube around it, within it, which it recoils, and the tube retains heat excessively. The well fitted to the barrel must be secured to the tube and the receiver. The barrel cannot be a perfect fit in its tube and slide for it if would not operate in any of normal dust, and this necessary looseness will cause variation in the limit of aim. The recoiling action is timed by regulating the weights of the barrel and breech block and by the strength of the spring. If the barrel to be heavy, it will have too much inertia. Its recoiling speed will be slow and ejection efficiency may be reduced. On the other hand, a heavy breech block tends better ejection because it loses its momentum less than a light one after it has separated from a barrel. Gas operated mechanism. This action used in most of the high velocity rifle like AK-47, 7.62 mm self-loading rifles, etc. This action, there is a small roll in the barrel which exerts pressure or a pistol. The pistol connected to bolt. The bolt gets unlocked from the barrel and moves backward when extraction and ejection of the fired cartridge takes place. The counter recoil spring pushes the bolt forward, loads a live cartridge from the magazine into the chamber and gets locked to the barrel. The operating rod and pistol also mounts to their original pistol. The firearm can now be fired if it is the semi-automatic made, but if it is automatic mode, it will continue to fire till the trigger is kept pressed or the magazine becomes empty. Some automatic firearms have selector switch having 3 modes: safe, semi-automatic and automatic. The automatic mode firearms have 3 cartridges with one pull of a trigger. In the gas operated systems, a small hole is, as the bullet passes this holes, a portion of the gas rushes into the hole and down into the gas piston below the barrel. The rod of this piston pushes back an operating rod which is connected with the bolt and a counter recoil spring. The operating rod first operates a can to rotate a bolt and unlock its lugs by which it was tightly locked to the barrel, and then pushes the bolt back its stop, extracting and ejecting the fired cartridge case, compressing the counter recoil spring and cocking the firing pin. The counter recoil spring then pulls the bolt, operating rod and the gas piston forward. As the bolt moves forward, it pushes the topmost cartridge from the magazine into the chamber and firmly locks itself to the barrel ready to fire again. Semi-automatic firearms. A semi-automatic or self-loading firearm is one that implements all steps indispensable to arrange, it to discharge over again after firing, assuming cartridges remain in the firearm's cartridge feed mechanism. Characteristically, this comprises extracting and ejecting the consumed cartridge case from the firing chamber, recocking the firearm mechanism, and loading a new cartridge into the chamber. Although machine guns and selective fire firearms make sure of the same tasks, semi-automatic firearms do not automatically fire an extra round until the trigger is unconstrained and reconstrained by the individual discharging it. That is, a semi-automatic firearm fires only one round each time the trigger is drawn, while all elementary firearm actions necessitate the action to be cycled manually before the first round. Semi-automatic as well as automatic and selective fire actions are distinguished from the methods such as single action or double action revolvers, pump action, bolt action, or lever action firearm by reducing the need to physically sequence it after every round. Summary: when the trigger of the firearm is pressed, it releases the hammer or the striker with considerable force. The striker compresses a pressure sensitive material contained in the percussion cap. This generates a hot piercing flame which ignites the propellant charge. The recoil operated action is used in pistol. Here, the bolt and the barrel are firmly locked together at the instant of firing. Maxim, the first machine gun, was recoil operated. In short recoil operated guns, the barrel moves only a short distance and the breech block moves through the rest of its travel from the momentum imparted to it by this motion of this barrel. In long recoil operated guns, the barrel moves all the way to the rear long with the breech block and then leaves the breech block in the rearward position while the barrel moves forward. In the gas operated systems, a small hole is as the bullet passes this holes, a portion of the gas rushes into the hole and down into the gas piston below the barrel. The rod of this piston pushes back an operating rod which is connected with the bolt and a counter recoil spring.